The F-Rank University bros coping in the back row of a lecture, or the goobers hiding in a toilet stall. Ram and Jiro chant at the top of your lungs in the middle of the night. Yasai mashi mashi. Corporate slave chads totally brain dead on the packed commuter trains. The F-Rank University bros. Well, another absolutely worthless night is here, lads. You degenerates still breathing? I'm already like half dead inside. Listen, I was just laying in bed staring at the ceiling, scrolling through my phone. Checked my line notifications. And it's literally just discount coupons from official bot accounts and push notifications from some trash news app. Messages from actual human beings? Absolute zero. Like, what the fuck is my existence? I'm literally a non-playable character. Ever. Whatever. At least I've got you degenerates, my fellow comrades in this dead-end life gathering around. If you're listening to me with one earbud in at this ungodly hour, you guys must have way too much time on your hands too. Whether it's the corporate slave chads totally brain dead on the packed commuter trains, the F-Rank University bros coping in the back row of a lecture, or the goobers hiding in a toilet stall killing time. Welcome, lads. Alright, let's jump straight into tonight's thread. Here's the bottom line. This dogshit world we live in, it's just a simulation. We finally figured out why our lives are a complete dead end. Before we get to the meat of it, let me break down the structure so even you clueless normies can follow. Chapter 1. Another night ending without even a login bonus for this trash-tier game called Life. Chapter 2. Ancestor Simulation as the ultimate copium. Chapter 3. Glitches and debugging traces hiding in this world. Chapter 4. Us as mere entertainment for the deaf. We're gonna go in this order. Don't hit me with that too long, didn't read bullshit, just stick with me till the end, alright? So, Chapter 1. Another net ending without a login bonus in this trash game called Light. You degenerates ever just live your day and think, what the fuck? I'm getting treated worse than a mob character today too. Not even a non-playable character villager A. We're literally coded the same as a patch of tall grass or a random rock on the ground. Getting yelled at for no reason at work or school. Coming home. Stuffing your face with a massive calorie bomb bento from the convenience store. Washing it down with a strong zero shot, and then passing out. Every single day, the exact same loop. No events trigger, no flags set. You know how in gacha games you'd get gems or items just for logging in? This garbage game called reality doesn't even give you that. Your stamina just gets drained, and fatigue stacks up. You constantly get hit with a debuff called aging, and your max HP just keeps shrinking. Huh? Oh, somebody just said something. I'm a normie with a real life, and I have fun every day. Yeah, that statement right there is fake as hell. Press X to doubt. Flexing that headcanon ain't gonna work here. No way someone with an actual life is listening to me in a place like this at this hour. Face reality, bro. Anyway, you probably thought your life is completely fucked, and nothing goes right just because your personal stats are trash, right? I bet some of you doomers were blaming yourselves, getting depressed thinking I'm just brain dead. But nah, you're wrong. The devs' balance patching is just absolutely broken. The reason your life sucks is entirely because of the devs' coding mistakes. And I found the proof. Alright, moving on to Chapter 2. Ancestor Simulation as the ultimate copium. You lads ever heard of the simulation hypothesis? I'll skip the big words and dumb it down so even middle schoolers can understand. This reality we live in right now is actually just immaterial data. The theory is that we're living in a computer simulation created by some super advanced civilization in the far future. And this ain't just some schizo posting from an occult board. Big brain chads like the philosopher Nick Bostrom or authority figures like Elon Musk are seriously saying the odds of this being true are high as fuck. Just think about it. Humans keep upgrading PC specs and making game graphics more and more realistic, right? We went from pixel art to open world games. You literally can't tell apart from reality. So if you're a super advanced civilization evolved to the absolute limit, there's a massive chance they'd say, hey, let's run a history simulation to see how our ancestors lived. That's the ancestor simulation right there. And the number of programmed human consciousnesses inside that simulated world would overwhelmingly outnumber the real humans living in the actual base reality. Because they can just line up a bunch of PCs and run millions of simulations at once. So, statistically speaking, the odds that we just happen to be humans in the original base reality are way lower than the odds that we're just data in an already running simulation. No matter how you look at it. Numbers don't lie, though liars use numbers. But this actually makes sense, doesn't it? When I first heard this, I literally shivered with emotion, laughing my ass off. Basically, here's the deal. The fact that I'm living this bottom tier life is all up to the admin's matchmaking. It's not that my specs are low, it's just that the system allocated me an overwhelmingly tiny amount of RAM and resources. Man, those rich, good-looking guys living in tower mansions get the latest CCPUs assigned to them, while I'm stuck with garbage specs like some ancient toy. No wonder I can't even process basic shit. Sad, but true. With this, I can completely blame my brain-dead state on someone else. It's totally fine. I didn't do anything wrong. It's all the shit dev's fault. This is the ultimate copium. Am I right? Let's keep rolling. Chapter 3. Training Chu. I'm down on a forwarding I. Glitches and debugging traces hiding in this world. I can see you degenerates making faces like, that makes sense. But source. Just trust me, bro, right? It's just a coincidence. Nah. This world actually has traces of computation errors and frame drops typical of software program. This is gonna be on the test, so listen up. For example, you know deja vu. When you go to a place for the first time and feel like, wait, I've been here before. That's not some spiritual hippie bullshit about past lives. It's literally just a data loading error. The cache is stuck, so the rendering is bugged out. Also, you ever have your keys or phone in your hand at home, look away for a second, and they just vanish, only to spawn in a completely random spot. That's 100% the item's coordinate data glitching out, and the system panicking and respawning it somewhere else. It's a debugging trace. While we're looking away, the devs are sneaking in hotfixes. There's more. Impossible coincidences or moments when the scenery around you suddenly looks choppy. You guys ever get that flickering vision when you're tired? That's not malnutrition. That's the rendering engine dropping frames. Proof that your frames per second is tanking. The reason your boss at work gives you the exact same lecture every day is because he's a lazy, non-playable character with only like 3 dialogue scripts programmed in. Makes perfect sense. That's why my life has 0 flags triggered, no foreshadowing resolved, and sudden bullshit events happening all the time. It's just a trash program with 0 debugging. We are done here, this band. What now? Looks like some occult-loving Chad wants to say something. Are ghosts and UFOs part of this too? Yeah, probably missing textures or leftover junk data they forgot to delete. It makes total logical sense. Very educational stuff right here. Finally, let's hit chapter 4. Us as mere entertainment for the devs. At this point, the underlying mechanism is simple. So the question is, why are they running a life simulation with such a dogshit difficulty curve? For the higher beings, meaning the admins of this world, your miserable lives are the most entertaining drama they could ask for. A peaceful, smooth-sailing life where nothing happens is boring to watch, right? So they intentionally spawn a massive amount of mob characters like you guys to get hit with bullshit and struggle helplessly. Picture some super intelligence, like a massive ball of light, standing in front of a sterile server rack saying, oh look, this original poster unit is just laying in bed again today with 0 messages. So bottom tier, it's hilarious. Laughing my ass off. Let's trigger another bad luck event. I'll code a script where he spills his coffee at work tomorrow. That's the setup. They're just sitting there enjoying our misery. What the fuck? Don't farm content off our misery. Stop playing with people's lives like toys. But think about it the other way around. Us crawling around at the very bottom is primetime entertainment meant to amuse the creators. The deeper in the gutter we are, the higher the viewer ratings we're pulling. Thinking that this is our only reason to exist kinda makes me chuckle. Look, you degenerates. If you're not living by your own free will anyway, and are just being piloted as data, you might as well throw some flashy errors and entertain the admins. Do some unpredictable shit and overload the system. Go on, start doing sidesteps across your room at full speed for absolutely no reason. Scream that Ram and Jiro chant at the top of your lungs in the middle of the night. Yasai mashi mashi, karame abura bura. Make the servers waste processing power. The admins might freak out and hit the force quit button. Well, if that happens, the power gets cut on this whole universe, and we are completely dead. Alright, let's summarize this real quick. What we talked about today is that we're nothing but data in an advanced simulation, and our lives being a trash game is entirely the devs' fault for their bad settings. And our misery is being consumed as entertainment by the admins. I always say, separate your feelings from facts. But on this one, even though it goes against intuition, it actually tracks surprisingly well. Now that we know how this world works, there's only one thing we gotta do. Just accept this bullshit absurdity and stop giving a fuck. Well, whatever. The clueless normies who don't know this are just gonna keep blaming themselves and getting exploited forever. You absolute units who heard this today are the smart ones. It's totally fine. From tomorrow on, just blame everything on the devs and live with your heads held high. Alright, stream's over, disband. I talk too much. My throat's dry. Tomorrow's just gonna run another program anyway. This whole block of time today is just getting saved as a log and closed out. Gotta wake up early tomorrow, so I'm going to sleep. You degenerates, make sure you don't trigger some weird bug and get yourselves deleted. Next time, I'm gonna explain the etymological fallacy. Later, lads. Stay mad.